Alabama shot 3 for 27 from three. That's 11%, Ben. 3 for 27.
Bro, that's a night to remember in not a good way. You know, those they aren't gonna forget that next year.
Not,
That's a
not going to
lot of
forget
miss.
that. It's a lot of bricks. And
That is a
speaking of bricks, Brandon Miller threw up a few bricks himself. In this game, he shot 3 for 19, 1 for 10 from three for 9 points. He was 1 for 10 from deep for 9 points. In this tournament, speaking of Brandon Miller, in this tournament, this guy had more turnovers. He had 10 turnovers in the tournament. He had more turnovers than field goals. He only had 8 made shots in the tournament. He had more turnovers than buckets.
yikes, bro. That is not a recipe for winning, and that's exactly what happened. Maybe you think maybe his charges and his not his charges, whatever's going on with him legally, it might have had something psychologically to do with that, getting in his head a little bit.
I think it had to have been, Ben. If we don't know, you can look back on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast on YouTube. We covered this in detail. Brandon Miller supplied the gun in a murder back in January in Tuscaloosa. And we saw that he was being accompanied by security guards, and he was reportedly receiving threats upon entering the NCAA tournament. So that on a teenager, yeah, I think that will weigh on you mentally. We saw this week Brandon Miller declared for the NBA draft. ESPN projects him as a top 5 pick. More turnovers than field goals in this tournament. I think your draft stock's going to fall a little bit. And he is the only player since 1960 to shoot under 20% on over 40 attempts in the tournament. He took over 40 shots and shot under 20%. He's the only player since 1960 to do that.
Yeah. Oh. It's not something you want to go down in history for, that's for sure.
Just to close out things on Alabama right now, as a program, they are 1-9 all time in the Sweet 16. 1-9 all time in the Sweet 16, Alabama. And then Nate Oates, everybody loves Nate Oates, right? Everybody thinks he's a great coach. He's been to the tournament 6 times. He's been in the tournament 6 times. He has
Has he really?
one. Yeah, I believe Buffalo. Buffalo was the school that landed him the Bama job. But he only has 1 win over a single-digit seed in the tournament. So
yeah,
let's pump the brakes on Nate Oates in Alabama. Let's pump
I
the
like
brakes.
it. I mean, I'm only saying that because I don't like Alabama. You know, you're a football school. You don't need to be a basketball school too. Stick in your lane.
Don't get greedy.
Don't be greedy. I don't know. They're fine. It's whatever. But Nate Oates, yeah, okay. I'm glad to hear that he's maybe a little overrated.
He might be overrated, boys. And his comments about Brandon Miller being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's the part that actually rubs me a little bit the wrong way. It's like,
yep, lost a lot of respect.
Yeah. Fuck Alabama. Fuck them.
Fuck the Tide. We'll see you next year.